All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Nasty Addiction Garage. So this is another really good episode just because we have another client coming in for some nasty addiction love, guys. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like we have another MR2 coming in, another one of the Midwest guys showing some love, giving some support to Nasty Addiction Garage. So guys, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to turn the camera around and catch this. Let's go. All right, guys, we have the car here. Let's take a look at the way this car came to us, and we're gonna do a big before and after with this car. This is a Midwest owner's car, so his name is Jose. I'm gonna turn this camera around, guys, and I'm gonna show you guys a once over on this MR2. This is gonna be a huge transformation, so we're gonna make this thing happen. So let's go. All right, everybody, it is the next day, so we have a lot to talk about the new MR2 build that we have here at Nasty Addiction Garage. There's a bunch of stuff that needs to be done to this Toyota MR2, and I want to just do kind of like a once over with you guys so you guys can see what the before is compared to what the after is going to be, because it's going to be pretty epic, guys. It's going to be pretty to the point where you're going to be like, is this a new MR2 type of thing? Like, is this thing been sitting in a garage? Like, I'm telling you, it's going to be that much of a difference. So I can't wait to show you guys. I'm going to turn this camera around so you guys can see in depth where we're at with this build, or the starting point of where this build is. So guys, let's go. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna start off with the front end. So this is kind of the way it was brought to me. So we have it's pretty bare, as you guys can see. It is pretty bare. We need headlights. We have the actual brackets, but we need the actual headlight. It looks like we have the shocks, but we have to we have to see if everything still works, obviously, but it looks in pretty good condition, so I think they should work. We have the upper radiator support, so that's good. We have the crash bar. It doesn't look like we have the foam that goes in between the crash bar and the bumper, but it's really no big deal. It looks like the support for the lower support for the radiator seems to be pretty good too. I'm gonna go ahead and look closer at this hood. So this hood, when I first seen it, it had me laughing, because if you really look at this, guys, yeah, look at this. Like this is on a Galaxy 24 Ultra, whatever. So it's pretty in depth, but it's snakeskin, guys. So you know, the current owner now did not put this on, but this was something that was put on by the previous owner, which, oh man, I think it kind of rusted out the hood, because as you see, this is only one finger I'm pushing, and it's very, very weak there. So I think what it did, it held moisture, and it has to be a wrap, I'm pretty sure. Let's see this. Yeah, it was a wrap. Now actually with this open, you can kind of see what we have in here, so it doesn't look horrible. Moon, hi, come here, come, sit, Good girl. Stay there. So as you guys can see, that it's not horrible. I mean, it's totally doable. This car is totally doable. And what I like about this, that it has manual rack, so you don't have all that extra stuff in here. So if we're going to go ahead and paint this, you know, and this is very much, I'm going to give Jose an estimate on what I think needs to be done to this car, and we'll see what he wants to choose to do. But I am going based off of as if this was my car, so it'll be something that you know, we'll get this car done and make it look extremely well, or at least better than what this condition is so far. So moving on to the side, the driver's side of the body. It's not bad. It looks like there was some type of previous work done to this, because if you guys see, like, this is pretty etched up, but you know, it's totally fixable. But the body is straight. The wiper cowl is still intact, surprisingly, which is, these things, sometimes you find these and the wiper cowls are just tore up. This one's actually not bad. It's a little faded, but you know, that thing that some SCM trim paint can't fix. So one thing I did notice is that the T-top is cracked. So we have a pretty gnarly crack that goes all the way through the middle of this sunroof, you know, glass. So it's kind of bad. So we're gonna have to replace that. Mirrors look pretty good. I mean, at least movable. Doors are not horrible. Let's look a little further down. Not bad. Not bad. And you know, the car might look a little disheveled, but I'm telling you, the panels are pretty straight, so I'm not too worried about the paint on this. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up, see what we have on the inside. We have leather door cards, manual windows. So I like that, just because you know, one less thing that needs to be broken. We have these seats that are pretty interesting. This cloth is actually very interesting. I think this was a custom job of some sort, but I like it. This is actually really nice, and they're almost like a, I don't know, it's a weird fabric. Almost, it feels very canvas-like, but it looks good. Looks good. I like it. So rugs here are not horrible. Looks like everything down here is pretty intact. What do we have on the clock here? We have 1:46. So it looks like we got a radio, some spider webs. Everything looks pretty good so far. We have a CD box, pretty functional as well. We have a Mishimoto radiator here, so we're gonna take that out, make sure it doesn't get damaged in the process. Looks like we got a couple things in here. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking this box out, taking everything out of here, and check out the trunk in a few. But let's start moving on to the rest of the car. Let's go ahead and lift this up here, guys. So there's a story behind this engine lid. Before I lift that up, there's a story behind this engine lid, because this engine lid, I don't know if you guys really notice, but like in the sun, if I wipe it down a little bit, if you guys notice, that gray looks familiar, doesn't it? So this engine lid somehow got on this car, but this turbo engine lid was from my old MR2, which, not my old MR2, my current green one was that color at some point. If you guys see, like on my website, there's an MR2 that's gray. That gray is that color on that car. Yes, I changed it. Should I have changed it? Probably not. I still kind of like the green. It's kind of different. It's gonna go so well with the wide body kit, so it's gonna suit it, so I'm not too worried about that. But moving back to this, I just thought it was pretty funny that when the car came in, I was like, hey, I know this engine lid. This engine lid just looks familiar to me. So I was just a side note. But let's lift this up, guys, and see what we have here. So as you see, we have a lot of work ahead of us. So I mean, this is by far not the worst engine bay I've seen. Like, a lot of this can be fixed with good old-fashioned power washing and, like, you know, a good scrub and stuff like that. That I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about any of that. But look at what we have here. Look at this motor. So we're doing a full transformation, guys. We're doing a full transformation. I'm not gonna let you guys know exactly what motor we're gonna go with, but I already have in mind what we're going to be going with, so it's going to be pretty cool. We're going to save this transmission We're gonna save this transmission, and it'll probably a lot better to do that because we could use that transmission later, and it'll be easier in that aspect. So it would be pretty cool. I mean, by far, we have a lot of work. We have a lot of work, but I'm not a stranger to hard work. You guys seen what I did with the initial, well, I keep saying it was a 92. I think it was a 91 red one that I built a few years back. I sold that one actually for I think like 14,000, which wasn't bad. After I put everything together, I only really spent about 5,000. Oh, cool. So opening up this trunk, we have the rain guard, the metal rain guard. Oh, we have a couple goodies. We have the Bomex scoop. Oops. We have the Bomex scoop. We have the radiator splash. We have the top parts for the headlights. I have, okay, the side parts for the headlight. Okay, so we got a few things back here. Not horrible. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad we got that at least. But the back end, we do have a broken tail light, but I'm pretty sure we're probably going to change these out. If I'm thinking the way Jose wants, we're going to kind of change out a lot of stuff here and do some stuff. So we're gonna have a lot of work ahead of us, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to go ahead and open this up, see what we have inside here. So it looks like we have some shocks, maybe. We have an air box. Oh, we have the master brake. We have quite a few different things here that we're probably going to need anyway. So I'm not going to take too much stuff out of here, actually, just because I'm going to save that actually for when I put her inside the garage over here, just because it'll be that much better for me to just take everything off and put it out in here, and we can kind of see what we have. And you guys are probably wondering why I still have George's car here. So just a side note, the car is pretty much done, and I mean, I love the way this car stands. Like it looks great. But the problem is that I'm having a fuel leak in one of the injectors. So what I did was just reordered all of the injectors. So he's going to get a whole new set of injectors. I really don't want to play with this anymore. It's a fuel thing, and I don't want to play with any fuel problems. So what I'm trying to do is just eliminate the issue. I got all new 4 injectors, so we should have no problem at that point. And hopefully when they come in about a week or two, we could change those out. George could, we could drive this car, get whatever bugs need to be fixed if there are any, and we can go from there, guys. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this car came out. There's going to be a whole video on this, but you guys stay tuned for that, just because I really want to talk about that on a different episode. Now back to this build. I want to hear from you guys, actually. Jose has had this car for many years, 4 years, I believe. So his normal MR2 is an automatic, and he's been driving automatic, and he wants to take on driving a manual car. So we're gonna keep this one manual. I thought we were gonna do kind of like an automatic swap to it, but we're not. We're actually going to keep this manual. So he's going to learn how to drive manual with this MR2, which is going to be fine. I think, in my opinion, it's a 5S or S54 trans. It's not horrible. You're not going to lose too much. Like, even if you break the trans, I don't think it's a big deal, because I think the trans can take it. And it's not like Jose's doesn't know the concept of how to drive manual. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Before we actually set these plans in place, what would be cheaper? What would be more reliable? What would be more, fun to drive as a first time driver of a manual MR2? You know what I mean? So I want to hear from you guys. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below. But this is the introduction. Look at that. Look at that dog. Look at that dog. Come here, Mo. Come on. So this is the introduction to Jose's build. So this is going to be a long build, guys. I'm not going to promise anything quick, just because we have a lot to do with this car. And moving forward, I really have to talk to Jose on what he exactly really wants to do with this car. So we have quite a few different things to do moving forward. But I'm really excited to share this with you guys, and I'm excited to have this car here as another build. So this is going to be fun, guys. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and peace.